Hi everybody, my name is Shannon. Welcome to my channel, Another Yarn. Thank you so much for joining me today. I greatly appreciate it. It was a great day. Oh my gosh, for me at work today, Monday, I get it. It's Monday for me. I know it's Tuesday morning, but it was fantastic. Oh, don't let me forget before the end of the video. Day 17. Woo, day 17 for Advent Calendar. Tangle Poets by Aberdeen Wool Advent Calendar. 30-gram hanks in there. 30 grams. That's amazing. Especially since Advent calendars are kind of an investment. They are pricey, but there's a ton of work that the person who made the Advent calendar puts into it. They wrap all the individual things. Sometimes it's with little wrapping paper. This is gorgeous, but everything is attention to detail and having all of them. This one's 25 days. So, started in the 1st of December. The last one's a 100-gram skein. Yeah, I'm excited. So they've got that. They do their themes. They do whatever else. There's a lot more that goes into it than just the yarn. And these are 30-gram skeins, 30 grams. So if you look at it for this particular one, I did the math because I'm geeky like that. Of course, I did the math after I bought it, so I didn't, whatever. With 24 of these, that's 720 grams. That's 7.2 full skeins of yarn. And then at the end, we get the 100-gram skein. So it's a little 8 full skeins of yarn if you look at it in that aspect with all the other things. I got a shawl cuff, I got patterns, I got a candle, I got lots of stuff. So if I do a Advent calendar next year, this one's going to be high in the running. It is. Price-wise and everything, it's going to be high. So day 17, we will do that. So we are working on coming on to the new year. Oh yeah, wait, I got sidetracked. See, that's what happens when I start talking about yarn. I get totally sidetracked. So those that saw the previous video, let's see, what was it, Saturday morning's video, because I wore the Santa Claus style bib overalls. They were black and I had the big wreath right here and all sorts of pretty and what have you. And I had lights and stuff and the Santa hat, right? That's what I wore to work. And they had their best dress contest and found out today, 3rd place. There you go. I was 1st place last year, 3rd place this year. Makes total sense. I did not expect to take 1st place. We had some competition this year, so that was pretty cool. But that's nice, right? I did it because I know people were curious. I didn't know, so I couldn't tell you. I wasn't hiding. I just didn't know. And for that matter, we didn't get our official email yet, but the person who sends the email out told me. So there you go. So I know. And then today, I also went into the office and I had a big bag of hats, a big bag. Hubby was right. I should have given away the hats or brought them in last week because a lot of people are on vacation, so I did miss out on certain people because they're on vacation, but I was able to hand out just shy of a dozen hats. And it was nice too because a couple of the people that work in my building also watch my channel. So I contacted them and I'm like, hey, I have something for you. Please come to my desk. And I let them pick out what they wanted. So I thought that was wonderful to be able to do that. And it was interesting too, since I had such a large variety. I had over 30 hats with me. My goal was to take 30. I had well over 30. And having such a variety, everyone chose something different. None of the alien hats. No one took any of the alien hats. It was the stained glass hat. Nobody took the stained glass hat that I just love, right? But we all like different things. It was really amazing to see what people gravitate towards. I'm like, really? That's the pick? But everyone likes different things. And it was wonderful to be able to do that. And I think I might take them back into the office a little bit later. I didn't want to just leave them at my desk, but I think I might take them back in because there are some people that I believe will be back into the office, physically into the office towards the end of the week. And I'd like to be able to give them something also. So that was a lot of fun to be able to do that. It's like, oh, it's so much fun. And I'm packaging up because on my members, I have members to my channel. And you don't have to be a member if you don't want to, but as a thank you gift to my members, you know, I put out a post and everything and like, you know, just respond to this and give me your email address, or not email, but I need their physical address to send that, right? And I would send them one of the hats. And I'm getting ready to package up all of those things because I gave a certain time period, right? Getting ready to package up those for the members, and I greatly appreciate that. Oh, and then speaking of members, another thing I put out, it was not a long video because, you know, let's not embarrass me, but I showed my room. Now, if this is not your first video and you've heard me talk about my room, you know what I'm talking about when I say there's like an avalanche next to me at projects and things like that. Members got to see what I was referring to. They get to see why I keep referring to I have to clean my room. Yeah. So this is like this little box is, okay, things aren't falling on me, right? That you get to see. The rest of it, Mom would not be proud. Mom would not be proud. So if you're really curious and everything, that is there. That is a video that is available. I don't think I have the nerve to just throw that out for everybody to see. Like, oh, wow, that's, yeah. It was interesting to see it myself. To see it through the camera, right? Because I mean, I come in here and I see it and I sit down and I do my thing. But to see it through the camera, I'm like, oh, that's, yeah. I've been a little naughty. Yeah. That's okay. We all have our vices. We have our things, right? It's just whatever. I would like to have it a little more straightened where it's not falling on me, but it's not today. And that's why it looks that way, because every day I keep saying it's not today. I'm thinking over the Christmas break, okay, I'm taking some time off. That's my Christmas break. It's not like, well, I get Christmas Day off and I get that as a paid holiday. Yes. So I'm not complaining. There's no complaints. But I am taking some time off. And I believe over that time period, I will not really clean my room, but sort of like do things to it. And the reason I'm saying that is I have an idea. So all the other content creators and non-content creators alike, what do you think of this one? So I'm going to do a Tackle It Tuesday because it's Tuesday, right? It's Tuesday. Tackle It Tuesday. And I need from now until probably the end of the year to kind of, I'm not going to say clean my room and organize it. No, we're not. I'm not lying like that. We're not starting off the new year with a lie. That's bad. So what I do want to do is kind of pull out from all the recesses, all of these partial projects that I have that if you've been around for a while, you probably saw me start. And we're going, I wonder what happened to that one. And some of you, you're wonderful. You kind of nudge me every once in a while going, hey, what's going on? You know, like the dragon blanket or the angel sweater or, you know, those types of things, right? If you've been around, if you know, right? So what I wanted to do is pull all of those out, not literally pull them out. That's not what I mean, but gather up all of those, count them. Yeah, that's kind of accountability, but whatever, you know, count them, but not like a bash myself with them kind of count them, but so I can label them with a number, kind of like the Advent, right? Number 17, right? But something like that, you know, but label them all a number. And then on Tuesdays, pull the number from the hat, do a random generator, whatever, you know, have all the projects listed out. And maybe, I haven't decided yet, maybe not stop the video and go find said project. You know, it's like, hey, I drew a number 6. This is whip number 6. I don't know. And then see where I'm at on it. And then the following Monday during my everything I've worked on Monday, kind of show what I've done. That doesn't mean it's going to get done. It doesn't mean it'll get finished. But what it does mean is it will get a little bit of love that week. And sometimes it's all projects need. It's just that little bit of love. Sometimes it's just the finishing touches. I have a cardigan over here. Yeah, that's with this Christmas yarn. Oh, okay, it's underneath things. All right, I can't get it. But it's that Christmas yarn, right? So this is that Joanne Big Twist Christmas yarn that you can't get because Joanne does a lot of limited editions. And if you get it, you get it. And if you miss it, you miss it. Got the Big Twist Rave, it's gone. It's gone. If you missed out, I got more. If you missed out on these gorgeous colors, it's gone, right? And these are great for color work. Did you see that Alaska hat? That with some black, oh my gosh, looks like $1 million. That is amazing. So this cardigan, I have all the pieces. I have the 5 pieces. It's 5 pieces? Is it 5 pieces? Yeah, it is 5 pieces. I have sleeves, I have 2 front pieces, and I have a back piece. Yeah, I have all 5 pieces done, and they're slightly blocked. I mean, it's acrylic, so that's that's pretty good. But I just have to put it together. Okay, when? When am I gonna do that? When? So again, label all the projects with a number, and then draw the number out of the hat, or proverbial hat, right? Whatever. And like, here's my project. This is what needs to be done. And then the following Monday, this is how much I got done. Some things might actually get finished. Some things might get like a half hour to an hour worth of love and go, now I remember why you were put away. I mean, that's just life. But I figure doing it like that, there's more chance of getting some of those, long leftover whips worked through. And some of the projects that I noticed, towards the end of this year, they just needed a little tiny bit. Like my granddaughter's dress with all the baubles and everything on it, that one, when I brought it out, I think I showed that twice of, hey, it just needs this little tiny bit. And I worked on it after the first time and made it closer to where I just needed to do a little bit of edging on the neck and a little bit of edging on the shoulders. I'll see about posting that one too, so you can see what I'm talking about for all the new subscribers. But I just needed a tiny little bit. I'd already done the hundreds plus baubles on the skirt, but I just needed that little bit. And then what I noticed when I sat down and I did it, it was a little over an hour, maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours. We'll be generous and say 2, but I think it was just a bit over an hour to finish it, to do the neckline, because it was pretty much a pick up your stitches and cast off. I mean, it really wasn't anything drastic. And it didn't take long at all, but I procrastinated on it for a lot longer than months, because I started that either before the baby was born or soon after, and she's 2. And it fits her beautifully. It fits like a glove. And that was my excuse as well. She can't wear it right now anyway. It's way too big. But had I waited a bit longer, I would have missed the window. I 100% would have missed the window. We do have another baby coming along. That mommy and daddy, that's my middle son that just had his birthday, right? And his lovely wife, they are expecting their 4th child, little boy. We are so excited. Baby boy's coming in May. So, it's not like, oh, we'll just give it to the next baby. No, it's a dress. So that's what I'm looking at as my fun new, let's add that to the calendar schedule, see what happens. And what hashtag? Should we do a hashtag? I think we need a hashtag. Help me out with a hashtag. I don't know if Tackle It Tuesday is too long, probably, but that type of thing. And that's what I'm looking at, is Tuesdays is the drawing. And since I do my Monday, this is what I've done on the week, it gives me that full week to put a little love into it. Just a little bit. And I was telling my husband this earlier, just running this by. I'm like, hey, new year. I don't do New Year's resolutions, by the way. But new year, new goal, new whatever. What are we going to do? And I brought that up and he said, is that going to be too, constraining on you? And he knows, like, I've commented on it before. The reason I've been able to make so many hats so quickly is I was just in a passion to make hats. So just go with it. And if I would have stopped that and said, hey, I need to finish that cardigan, right? Because I've got all the pieces and I just need to sew it together. I mean, how pathetic is that, right? And put buttons on it. I would have just slowed down. The momentum and everything would have come to a halt. It probably would take me a day or two to sew the cardigan together, which is crazy, but it's not a lie. And because I would have done it begrudgingly, like a child doing their homework. You know what I'm getting at? And I wouldn't have had any hats either. It's that double-edged sword on that. And he was curious. He's like, well, if you do this Tackle It Tuesday and you work through all of that, are you going to feel like, as I talk about punishment knitting, punishment crochet? It's like, you got to go do my homework. And I said, no, because there's no constraints on how much. Because one stitch counts. One stitch counts. Now, I would feel obligated to do more than one stitch, but you get what I mean. You're pulling this thing out of hibernation. You're bringing it back into the light of day. You're giving it a little bit of love. Even if you don't do a lot, it's still closer to finish. And as they rotate through, sooner or later, things will get finished. And doing that, sometimes when you're like this close to finishing, it's exciting and you just want to push through. I think that might be a good positive, and we can all work on it together. Some weeks will be great and we get things done. Other weeks we phoned it in and we put a couple rows on. Good enough. Did it. But that's all right. It's still advances, right? It's still one stitch counts. And I'm looking forward to that. I really, really am. And in light of all of that and all the things, because, okay, I'm not going to lie, it came to me after I started this. So I started another project. Look at this. Isn't that pretty? You're like, it's just a rectangle. I know, it's a cool rectangle though, right? Look at those colors. I'm going to ask, have any of you worked with this? Of course, I'm sure somebody's worked with this. This is another one of my stash yarns that I got at Hobby Lobby. Like, use some of this stuff. Now, I got this at their clearance. 75% off. They had some colors that were, I think they still have this. This is the Hobby Lobby Yarn Bee Glowing. First time using it. Look at that color. Isn't that pretty? So this one's called Shopping Spree, one of their discontinued colors. I got it for $1.74. I'm like, yeah, can't, or $1.24. Can't beat that. I got 3 of them. That's what they had. That's what I got. They had other things this year for clearance, but they weren't yarns that I thought I would use. A lot of the bulky, bigger yarns. Give that to somebody else. So wasn't hoarding, wasn't whatever. I think for the Hobby Lobby clearance, this is what I got. This is it. I don't think I got anything else. I just got this because it intrigued me and it's soft and I've not used it. So I thought I'd get it. And why not use it? Isn't that why we get things? Sometimes we just get them to hoard and collect, not going to lie. So on this, if you have it in your stash, you probably know more about it than I do. This is my first time casting it on and doing anything. Size 8 knitting needles. Ooh, I got some big needles. I'm doing it with big needles. It's a worsted weight yarn. Pretty sure it's 100% acrylic. Probably says somewhere 198 yards for the 4 ounces. All right. And yep, it is a number 4. Oh, and it is 60% acrylic, 40% polyester, and it says hand wash and don't dry. Huh. I don't really think I believe that. I think acrylic and polyester would be fine to put in the washing machine. But I am not said expert on these things. But that's the little symbols. And I don't know. I know Joanne does that on a lot of their stuff too. Their acrylics are like, hey, you need to hand wash that thing and lie it flat. Or they'll say machine wash and lie flat to dry, and it's 100% acrylic. Like their big twist, it says that. I'm going to put it in the washing machine and dry it. It's going to happen. But you do what you want to with your crafts. You know how much work and effort you put into it. And, you know, you might be grumpy, you might not. That's a personal preference, right? I make things and give them away, and if they disintegrate, they disintegrate. I know that sounds terrible, but I just like, use it. Use it. If you use it and it disintegrates, speaking of, I got something to fall on the floor. Look at this. If you use it and it gets holes in it, and it disintegrates, it's okay. Look at that. Okay. Now, this is my husband's sock, and he brings it to me, and he's like, honey, can you fix this? Maybe. I have darned socks in the past. It looks like a Frankenstein job. I'm not going to lie. But there are some videos that I've seen. They scroll through like Facebook, and it has like these really cool embroidery videos. They make it look like just the easiest thing in the world. They're mesmerizing. Oh my gosh, they're so mesmerizing. And there's also some others for darning holes in different things to include socks. And I mean, that is just threadbare. That wasn't like he's, you know, and I've had some of them from our oldest son that are just like see-through, you know, you can't even just do the whole, you've got to do a patch like that. But I have seen some. Maybe I'll look it up. If you know which video I'm talking about, link, you know, tell me which one it is, right? But I think it needs to be fixed. It's one of his favorite pairs. And he's like, can you fix it, please? You know, and he doesn't even scuff his feet. So the reason he likes it is his toe socks. Yep. So that is the big toe and the little toes. So he really likes these in particular, his little toe socks. And they do take time. I have to measure the toe socks on them because, you know, I mean, hello, it's like doing the gloves. You got to measure all the little fingers and toes and stuff. But yeah, this is one of his favorite pair. But I would much rather have that be the, you know, just, you can see right here, it's all getting worn. But have that be the case. And the reason being is I know it's used and loved. So what if it wears out? So what if it's been washed and dried and whatever else so many times that, you know, it's like, ew, but that's love. And then I can just make another. It's kind of like people make dishcloths, and I make those too. You know, you're like, a dishcloth, why make a dishcloth? Well, you use them, you appreciate them, and then you need more. And it's that cycle of love and appreciation, respect. I make some for my daughter's mother-in-law, and I've been doing that going on a decade, right? She appreciates them and she uses them. well, they get used and they get dirty and they get icky and they need to be replaced. Kind of like socks. Perfect. You know, and then I can give socks every year. Give the same gift over and over and it's still appreciated. So where was I at? Oh my gosh, I'm such a tangent. Oh, do you want to see what the pattern is for this thing? Yeah. This, you're like, that's not a sweater. It's gonna be, you're like, what is that? The arm? No, it's not the arm. That's the center front. But it's free pattern. Orphan for Orphans sweater, I think is what it's called. We're gonna show you. I'm gonna take off my little keyboard. All right. Orphans for Orphans sweater by Jeanne Dykstra. Look at that. Isn't it cool? So I'm doing the center piece and then you've got your arms and I think it's, once I do the center, then I pick up the stitches along the edge right here and then do the arms. And it says you've got minimal sewing and what have you. I'm all for that. And I like the construction. And what I really like with this yarn, this stripey yarn like that, look at some of these. You can do a different pattern up the front center like this person did, right? You can do all sorts of things. And then a lot of people did stripies because, you know, stripes are awesome. I mean, look at this one in the center right there. Isn't that cool? With the different stripes and stuff. Love that. So it's one of those patterns that has some different construction. Obviously I haven't finished it, but it has some different construction and it will show off some yarns better than others. You've got all that movement of the yarn. And I think that's going to be fantastic is I've got this piece and look at that color. I mean, that color is gorgeous. So it's got that in the center right here. And then you're going to have going up and down, you know, stripes going to each arm. So it's got great play with color. This stuff is absolutely perfect for it. And just like a lot of the Hobby Lobby yarns that I purchased during their sale that I never used previously, I'm like, why did I not use this? This stuff is amazing. But that's okay. I'll find another yarn I love too. So I'm not all upset over it. So instead of, you know, grabbing some of my projects that I should be working on, I gave hats away at work today and I've got a lot. I have a lot of hats. So I might just keep them in my car, you know, as it gets cold and everything and just like hand them out because I like to do that too because why not? But instead of doing all that and working on that and finishing some other things, I started a new thing. Yeah. So I think Tackle It Tuesday is a good idea. That's what I'm getting at. Tackle It Tuesday. It's going to happen. I need it for me. I do. And my husband, you know, what's really funny because I was thinking of doing like a physical hat type thing and draw one out. You know, if I do that, you know what he's going to do? He's going to go ahead, whatever number I have for his 3-armed sweater. Yeah, he doesn't have 3 arms. For all the new people, my husband does not have 3 arms. It is a hand-dyed yarn, and he didn't like the way the first sleeve pulled, so I'm working on my 3rd sleeve. So I think he'll put in his number, whatever number that one turns out to be. I think if I leave the cards around or whatever it is that I put in said hat, I think he'll be filling out some extras and popping it in there. I don't know why my sweater keeps coming up like week after week, honey. And I'll probably have to do like a rule of, you know, if that was picked this week, I pull that one out and it can't be picked the next week kind of a situation to kind of rotate him through. But yeah, I could see like every other week his sweater coming up. I don't know, honey. It's just the luck of the draw. I don't understand it. It's amazing how that happened. I could see that. Yeah, he really wants his sweater. It's one of the things. I think I've got a sweater and a cardigan for myself on the needles and his sweater on the needles and a sweater for my sister on the needles. Just finished my granddaughter's sweater. And then I just started this thing and I've got other things. I'm sure once I move things around in my room, I'm not cleaning my room. I'm not cleaning. Once I move things around in my room, I will find other projects and everything. And then we'll go ahead and we'll label all of those. Yeah. And see what's going on. That's a good idea. It is. Yeah. Okay. Well, you know what? I want to see what's in here. I want to see what is in day 17. So shall we see? This was day 16. Did you have guesses for where we were going? I'm trying not to guess. I don't want to taint my thoughts. And I believe this was 16. This was 15. I mean, look at those. Oh my goodness. And I was thinking, so these are the last 3 days, right? These are the last 3 days. So I'm thinking we might start changing colors, transition. So I've noticed like a 3-skein pattern, kind of like a 3-skein, and then we transition, except for the green. Green threw me. We had 4, which it was stunning. They were really pretty, so it was worth it. So here we go. day 17. For those that haven't opened theirs yet, 3, 2, 1, here it comes. I got to give warning. Ooh. Okay, that is nice. All right, look at that. So we've gone lighter. We've definitely gone lighter. So here's day 17, 16, 15, and 14. Look at that. So I'm not going to ask. I don't know where we're going with this, but that is beautiful. I like those. Those are gorgeous. And you know what's really cool too is the patterns that came with this. There is a shawl that uses a lot of the yarn that was designed with Tangle Poet, by them, right? And then there's also a pair of socks. And it said that if you make the large shawl with the yarn that you have, you're not going to be able to do both the socks and the shawl. Okay, that's totally fine. But I don't have to make the shawl. I don't have to make anyone's thing. But, I've got all of these beautiful 3 and 4, color fades. And they're 30 grams each. And a lot of my socks, I have leftover yarn. So if I had not, just 3 at a time, that is a gorgeous fade for a pair of socks. If I really wanted to go the sock route and multiple faded pairs of socks. I mean, there's just so many options. So it's just gorgeous. And I just thought that was interesting to comment like, well, you won't have enough to make both. I have plenty of sock yarn. I can still make that pattern if I want to. There's, no doubt. I've got other minis, and I've got other minis from them. I have those micro minis that they call it their pickle jar. They're like 6 grams. These are 30 grams, and if I wanted to do that, I could grab the micro minis and one of these and just kind of spiral them and just keep going back and forth like that. I mean, I got some serious options. All of this stuff is just such a blast. All right, I put it down for everyone, for people who didn't want to see what day 17 was, because, so far, and I'm very thankful, nobody has ruined the surprise for me on this stuff. And I appreciate that, because I have not looked ahead, and I want to be respectful for people who watch my channel that I know also got the calendar. And, depending on your time zone, you might turn on my video before you actually get up to watch your grab your calendar. And I don't want to ruin the surprise for them. So I try to give that little bit of a, hey guys, this is what's going on. I don't want to mess you guys up, but there you go. So that's all. Anyway, that's my plans for the new year, for the Tackle It Tuesday, and keep me on the straight and narrow on trying to categorize. I'm not saying organize. I'm not. We're not starting off the new year with lies, but categorize what I have, so then we can do that numbers thing. And if I do a physical little drop box of numbers, I'm going to have to move it for my hubby, because I really think he might kind of stack the deck towards his sweater. I could see it happening. I could see it. He's kind of ornery like that. Yeah, he is. He would do that. I think it'd be funny. I could definitely see him doing it. He supports me in all my crafty goodness. There's no doubt about that. Well, everybody, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. And I just hope that you enjoy your day. It is the holidays. Have some fun. Get out. Have a little bit of cheer. Enjoy family, friends. If you don't have family and friends around, make some family and friends, right? Military, prior military, retired military, we made our family. Just saying. I love my family, but we weren't always around. So we just, adopted each other. That's all there is to it. So find your people. That's what I'm trying to say. Find your people. You guys have a great day, night, evening, whatever it happens to be. And I will talk to you again later. Bye-bye.